Truce.
Morning. Good morning, everyone, and welcome here to our Sunday Assembly on, April the 2nd. All roads for the last few weeks for me have been leading to this day, and so we are delighted that you are here, either on site in our beautiful building here on Mount Curve Avenue in Minneapolis, or joining us online from wherever you are. You are welcome here, and we are all part of one gathered community. I want to say some special welcomes today, and some of the people that I want to give a special welcome to are not in the room yet. What do you reckon they're trying to park? This weekend, starting yesterday, the Unitarian Universalist Office at the United Nations, UU at UN, has been hosting their spring intergenerational seminar here at FUS and online. We have a large online community as a part of that gathering. This morning, members of that, participants in the on-site workshop went to a pilgrimage at George Floyd Square. So I reckon that they are on their way back, or they were moved by what they saw and it took longer than planned. So we'll continue to extend that welcome to those folks as they continue to come into the room. And we know that we'll just be flexible as folks come and go, because that's what we do here. I do want to say a very special welcome to some folks who got here quite early, because they were not to be deterred by parking. Some members of the St. Croix Unitarian Universalist Fellowship from St. Croix Falls, Wisconsin are here. Would you wave? We are so delighted to have you. Many of you know that on the first Sunday of each month, I go to St. Croix Falls and I preach there. I enjoy very much my relationship with Scoof. And so when we knew today was happening, I said, come here. And we are delighted to have you. And we see these folks coming in from George Floyd Square. We are delighted to welcome you. We have folks participating from the staff of the Unitarian Universalist Association, the UU Service Committee, and the UU College of Social Justice. I will tell you that the UU at UN office has held a spring intergenerational seminar for many, many years, and this is the first year they've ever done so outside of New York City. And they came to Minneapolis because the theme was working on abolition and demilitarization, resisting policing and empire. And this was the place to be. This is ground zero when we think of the murder of George Floyd. So as you folks enter our space from George Floyd Square, you have been through something this morning. We welcome you. We welcome all of us, whatever we're bringing, heaviness in our hearts, and also joy and hopefulness. Joy at the beauty of the sunshine, and also whatever the weather is where you are. And we make no assumptions about the weather where you are. we come together with open hearts. Let us come together with open hearts to be united in imagination and resistance. When the world is sick, can no one be well? But I dreamt we were all beautiful and strong. When the world is sick, can no one be well? But I dreamt we were all beautiful and strong. When the world is sick, can't no one be well? But I dreamt we were all beautiful and strong. Come, let us gather in community.
Rise every morning, let the sunlight in my face. I feel like exploring, I'm tied in your embrace. I'm still in control, I'm still in control. A day just like fresh spring. This is my world. A new era dawning. It's a gold glow in my soul. My love is glowing. I can never let you go. Hey, I'm still in control. I'm still in control. You feel like fresh spring. This is my world. Oh, I said, you feel like fresh spring. This is my world.
Good morning. We continue our service by lighting the chalice. For those online, please consider lighting a chalice of your own wherever you are. Today, we remember the very first principle of Unitarian Universalism. We covenant to affirm and promote the inherent worth and dignity of every person.
I want to say a very special welcome back to Charmaine Douglas. We're so delighted to have you again. And welcome to the band, the culture, Ian, Connor, Jovan, and Cyrus. Really delighted to have your music with us today. We're going to sing a song that may be known to some of you, but perhaps not all. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. The lyrics will show up here. We're going to sing it 3 times through, so when you pick it up, you'll pick it up. Cyrus is going to give us a little introduction, and we'll go with that. Please, rise as you're willing and able. shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. One more. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. Please remain standing.
If you will, repeat with me, please, our congregational covenant. The words will be on your screen. Love is the spirit of this place, and service its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. Please be seated.
First Unitarian Society is a congregational humanist community. We are here for each other. On Sundays, we take a few moments to reflect on the joys and the sorrows and the milestones of the human experience. In doing this, we remind ourselves of the value of a moment of stillness, and we are reminded to stay in touch with our own humanity. And as a gathered community, we do this so that no one among us is alone, either in celebrating life's joys or in facing life's tragedies and burdens. We're here for each other. We don't have any particular joys and sorrows that have been noted among our congregational community today, but no doubt each of us is holding something in a tender place in our heart. All of that is welcome here. I do want to mention the school shooting this week in Tennessee. Once more, once more, once again, once again, once again, once again, once again, once again. Our hearts are broken. We know what to do. I won't say thoughts and prayers. That's inevitable. I think letting our hearts be broken here together. is what we can do in this moment. And then we rise up and we act. I want to mention that Trans Day of Visibility was Friday. Let not the other 364 days of the year be trans days of invisibility.
Amen.
May we make visible and known and present and loved each of us in our fullness, becoming ever more fully ourselves. And today, especially as our theme is abolition and demilitarization, I want to say a word of acknowledgement, mere acknowledgement for the 2.3 million people in the U.S., 2.3 million people today who are held in state and federal prisons, local jails, juvenile correction facilities, immigration detention facilities, and Indian country jails. 2.3 million today, and every one of their loved ones. It's a lot to hold. The reason it feels like too much is it's too much. Settle down here, settle down here. Let your hearts be open and broken and rough around the edges. Let your knees be weak and your hearts be raw. You are safe and welcome and belong here wherever you are joining us from. Let's take a few moments to reflect on our world and those who work for comfort and heal the suffering and those who work for justice. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love.
Told me I don't need to worry. Summer came like cinnamon, so sweet, and little girls double dutch on the concrete. Maybe sometimes we got it wrong, but it's alright. The more things seem to change, girl, put your records on. Tell me in a bottle by the roadside. And don't you let them other boys fool you. Gotta love that afro hairdo. And maybe sometimes we feel afraid, but it's alright. The more you stay the same, oh, the more they seem to change. Don't you ever change, girl. Put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. You go ahead, let your hair down. Sapphire and faded jeans. I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your hair down. Girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. You go ahead, let your hair down. Oh, sapphire and faded jeans. I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your hair down. Hey, 'cause you're gonna find yourself somewhere,
Thank you. Oh, we're hearing comments online. The music is just awesome today. So online folks, keep posting in. We're seeing what you're putting in. Robin, would you come and join me? We're just taking it loose and easy today. While you come up, I'll introduce Minneapolis City Council member Robin Wonsley, who represents Ward 2. Robin first came to FUS. This would have been about 8 years ago, because it was right about the time that I came to FUS. And Robin reached out to me working on the campaign 15 Now for $15 minimum wage. And I remember thinking, well, that's a good fight, but good luck to you. And look, now we have $15 minimum wage in Minneapolis. And we can say that it's not enough, right? So I have continued to follow Robin and what you say, because you continue to teach me. And so it's a delight to have you here today. Before you speak and give your talk, would you read something with me? Sure. I've got it right up here, and you've probably seen it before. This is by Minneapolis poet and writer Jananda Petrus. Could we please give the police departments to the grandmothers? And if you would read the purple, and I'll read the red here, all right?
Beautiful. So could we please give the police departments to the grandmothers? Give them the salaries and the pensions and the city vehicles, but make them a fleet of vintage Corvettes, Jaguars and Cadillacs with white leather interior, diamond in the back, sunroof top, and digging the scene with the gangster lean. Let the cars be badass.
You would hear the old school jams like Patti LaBelle, Stevie Wonder, Anita Baker, and Al Green. You would hear Sweet Honey in the Rock harmonizing, "We who believe in freedom will not rest," bumping out the speakers, and they got the booming system. If you're up to mischief, they will pick you up swiftly in their sweet ride and look at you till you catch shame and look down in your lap. She asks you if you're hungry, and you say yes, and of course you are. She got a crown of dreadlocks, and on the dashboard you see brown faces like yours, shea buttered and loved up.
And there are no precincts, just love temples that got spaces to meditate and eat delicious food. Mangoes, blueberries, nectarines, cornbread, peas, and rice. I'm getting hungry. Fried plantain, fufu, yams, greens, okra, pecan pie, salad, and lemonade. Things that make your mouth water and soul arrive. All the hungry bellies know warmth. All the children expect love. The grandmas help you with your homework, practice yoga with you, and teach you how to make jambalaya and coconut cake from scratch. When you're sleepy, she will start humming and rubbing your back while you drift off. A song that she used to have the record of when she was your age. She remembers how it felt like to be you and be young and not know the world that good. Grandma is a sacred child herself, who just circled the sun enough times into the ripeness of her crownhood. She wants your life to be sweeter.
And when you're wild and out because your heart is broke or you don't have what you need, the grandmas take your hand and lead you to their gardens. You can lay down amongst the flowers, her grasses, roses, dahlias, irises, lilies, collards, kale, eggplants, blackberries. She wants you to know that you are safe and protected, universal, limitless, sacred, sensual, divine, and free. Grandma is the original warrior, wild since birth, comfortable in living fiercely. She has fought so that you don't have to, not in the same way at least. So give the police departments to the grandmas. They are fearless, classy, and actualized. Blossomed from love. They wear what they want and say what they please. Believe that.
There wouldn't be noise citations when the grandmas ride through our streets, blasting Stevie Wonder, Nina Simone, Marvin Gaye, Alice Coltrane, Jimi Hendrix, KRS-One, all that good music. The kids gonna hula hoop to it and sell her lemonade made from Harlem pink lemons and maple syrup. The car is solar powered and carbon footprintless. The grandmas designed the technology themselves. At night, they park the cars in a circle so all can sit in them with the sunroofs down and look at the stars and talk about astrological signs, what to plant tomorrow based on the moon's mood, and help you memorize Audre Lorde and James Baldwin quotes. She always looks you in the eye and acknowledges the light in you with no hesitation or fear. And Grandma loves you fiercely forever. She sees the pain in our bravado, the confusion in our anger, the depth behind our coldness. Grandma knows what oppression has done to our souls and is going to change it one love temple at a time. She has no fear.
Thank you.
I feel like we could just sit down now. That's the message. That's the message of imagination and resistance. We say here at First Unitarian Society, as we claim ourselves the birthplace of Congregational Humanism, that one of the things that humanism means is that it's up to us, up to human beings to solve human-made problems. Humanism is not antithetical to theism, but most of us in this congregation would describe ourselves as atheist or agnostic. And we understand that there's no outside force, some being in the universe that will come and solve the problems. That's why some of us believe that the phrase of thoughts and prayers is woefully inadequate. I myself do pray because I believe that prayer changes me, not a being in the beyond myself, right? Changes my posture. But what I think is so important about humanism to me is whatever you think the agent of reality, the ultimate reality is, whatever you put that, it is up to human beings to solve human-made problems. In reading the work of abolitionist Miriam Kaba, We Do This Till We Free Us, in hearing Andrea Ritchie yesterday as our keynote speaker for the Intergenerational Spring Seminar, in listening to the words of Angela Davis, it is clear that what keeps us from solving the problems of policing and empire that should lead us toward abolition and demilitarization is a failure of imagination. If all we can imagine is the system that is so surrounding us as a way of reducing harm that does not reduce harm or violence, then we have failed in imagination. We are called to imagine something more, deeper, different. I want to say that as we talk about abolition and demilitarization today, it may make you feel kind of ooky. It may make you quite uncomfortable in your skin. As a white person, when I don't know the answer to something, or I don't know how somebody is laying out a program or a plan, I get a little twitchy. I'm going to ask you to be present with your twitchiness and just let it be still. This is not about the answers because we don't have them. This is a call for imagination, for experimentation, for a recognition that every number of experiments will fail, and we have to change the way we think because 2.3 million people today are incarcerated in cages, and we are no more safe than we were before they were in there. The call of abolitionism is that it does not create safer societies, and when we lock people up, it doesn't eradicate the harm that was caused. So as you listen to our speakers today, I'm inviting you to keep a very open mind and say we don't know all the answers, and to be present with all of us as we imagine forward as an act of resistance. First, we have a video from Ashley Horan. Ashley is the organizing strategy director at the Unitarian Universalist Association. She is a Minneapolitan, lives in the Phillips neighborhood, and was very close to George Floyd Square and the community that blossomed there after the murder of George Floyd. Jacob, if you would share.
If you believe that bodies are sinful and broken and need to be controlled and dominated and punished simply for being human, then you create a society that reflects that. You create systems like the current policing system, you create chattel slavery, you create capitalism, you create war, you create bills that try and keep people from accessing gender-affirming care and abortion, because you believe that there are some people who deserve to have control of their bodies and others who don't. If you believe that bodies are a gift, that all of us have an inborn right to live and thrive, if you believe that all of us within us, because we are born from love, have the twin gifts of agency and conscience, then you are called to build a society in which those things are possible, in which flourishing is possible, in which real freedom, real liberation are possible. Our theological ancestor, the great universalist